Thank you for tuning in and welcome to ciLiving. I'm your host, Jaclyn Friedlander. Champaign's Got Talent is a youth-centered community showcase giving a supportive and professional platform to the young performers in the community. The grand finale was last night and 2 winners were announced, one of which is vocalist Gabby Strawser. She's joining me today with her stepmom, Kari. Welcome to ciLiving and congratulations.
Thank you.
So Kari, can you tell me a little bit about what this competition is?
So it's a talent show competition that anyone from ages first grade through senior year can enter. There was weekly auditions between 4 and 5, and then the following Tuesday at 5:15 to 6 there was the initial show, and then it was to help support and bring people into the farmers market. They could purchase some items at the farmers market, and then every 50 cents they spent, they could use votes to vote for their favorite talent. And then I think last week was the semi-final, and they took the top 4 performers. So people were added each week up until last week. Last week there was no new artists, or there was poets and word artists and actors and dancers and singers and all kinds of talents.
And Gabby, your talent was singing for this, correct?
Yes.
So what song did you perform?
So I performed 3 songs. I performed Girl on Fire by Alicia Keys, Never Enough by Lauren Allred, and The Climb by Miley Cyrus.
And did you perform each week of the competition, or what was the process like for you?
So I started this kind of like midpoint in between. Second week of October, I started my first one being Girl on Fire. Then I found out I advanced to the next round the day of the next competition. So I practiced my Never Enough. I performed both songs at that. I advanced to the finales, which was last night, and I performed The Climb and got 684 votes from that. So I won the talent show from that.
That's amazing. That's really awesome. Congratulations. And you have more than just singing talent, right? What other sort of artistic talents do you have?
So I am a competitive Irish dancer. I also am a violinist. I used to play the French horn. I also just competed at regionals for Irish dance and did very good, got my brand new solo dress, very proud. I also like to volunteer at different animal shelters and at my sister's preschool and a lot of my church. I also sang at a district choir, which is called ILMBA District Choir. It's like the Illinois State best of the best choirs to come and.
And so with the Irish dance, do you perform as a group? You mentioned that you have your solo dress. How long have you been doing that?
I have been doing this since I was 7 years old, so 6 years. So we have team dances. We have where we all dance in a group together. And we also have dances where we compete solely. So we just do the dance and we see where it goes from there.
And then what about the instruments? So you currently play the violin, you used to play the French horn. Are there other instruments that you are aspiring to play?
I can play the piano, very little, but actually my sister helps me sometimes play the piano, my 7-year-old sister. But really, that's the 3 instruments that I know how to play.
And what do you want to be when you grow up? Are you interested in performing, or what do you want to do?
I want to be a veterinarian or possibly a marine biologist.
So that makes sense that you're volunteering at different animal shelters and things like that, sort of getting that hands-on experience. Yeah. That's awesome. And then you homeschool, right? So what is that like, with sort of all of these, are the musical talents and dance and things like that incorporated to curriculum, or is it strictly academic? How does that work?
So for Gabby specifically, she takes violin lessons for a half an hour once a week. And then she's been doing a lot of her vocal a little bit more in the last 3 weeks, but she practices that quite a bit. So I would say that her violin is regular curriculum, but her vocal, she also takes classes at Class Act. It's a performing arts class, school. She does that for an hour once a week. So I guess she does get a lot of vocal pointers there.
And then you mentioned that your sister sometimes helps you with piano. Do you help her with academics, or, you know, is it sort of like a back and forth, or how does that work, sort of being homeschooled? Are you guys kind of classmates even though there's an age difference?
So sometimes I'm able to help her if my mom isn't available. Sometimes I'm able to, like, you know, help her with a math problem or something if she needs help. So, I mean, kind of a back and forth, but...
You often lead history and science lessons.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
Because they're joint lessons.
Joint
We're
lessons.
Just doing it at different levels.
Right, that makes sense. Well, thank you both so much for being here, and congratulations again on your win. I would love to see a performance, so definitely hang around.